Okay. Okay. This is a little late. This is recording literally just happened, and I'm just going over it. I pretty much saved a replay, and I'm going over what happened. Because this, it might have been the most interesting thing I found so far. Literally. It's the most interesting interaction with Master Duel I found so far for me to find out with Forbidden Droplet of all things. Okay, first off, I'll go over it. Let me put the noise on. Okay, so pretty much nothing happens this whole damn turn. First off, I pointed the converter there, just to get John Seeger on. Then pretty much another summons out it. To go to Junk Speeder, which is I expected, like most of you would. Then pretty much from there, they just start special summoning like crazy. Go into Star's Charge. Okay, I'm just trying to get a step-by-step process here. Like, they're just trying to draw a card. That's all expected. They're just going to seek out more. And they do the whole combo spiel you expect from a junk Stardust deck. I'm just gonna let it play out until it happens. My turn. The Garment. Okay. Oh wait. The Garment Rosemanian. That's the only thing that wasn't there. From there, pretty much, that was the only thing I wasn't expecting. Literally, probably. They pretty much just run it mostly just to actually on stuff, so that's the only card I kind of expected a little bit, but I haven't seen much of it used lately at all. Let me put down the sound pad. Chain Majestic Star. As expected, you would expect it. What just happens is that card would have been one of the cards that actually make me win the duel afterwards, near the end. I'll let it play out. Then pretty much they're going to go straight into High Speed Roid, but then pretty much just goes into what you expect from there. Near the tail end of the fight of this duel. Cosmic Blazer. I still have Synchron. Then pretty much to bring back Crystal Synchro Dragon. Which they're about to do. You see, next up, here's my thought. Literally, this whole damn time, I'm just need to exceed summon. Otherwise, nothing else can happen. What I thought, pretty much, if they didn't bring out that Crystal Dragon, what just happens there? It's one of the craziest interactions I have ever experienced for Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever, mind you. Let's see, Crystal Wing. If it wasn't for this card, I would just be over essentially. Let's see. I could forbidden droplet it, but you also got to know what's on the field. So basically, a secondary effect. That's where everything would be over for me. Like I'm thinking, there's no way pretty much I can utilize forbidden droplet. I had to get Raigeki in my hand, and my White Stone Agents. Next up, Cosmic Blazer. That's the one card that probably cost me the match. But Forbidden Trouble allows me to neutralize it. What happens afterwards is probably the most interesting thing I've seen with all my cards in here. Dragon Luan. Honestly, I'm definitely keeping Forbidden Droplet in every deck after this with my Blue Eyes deck ever. For my top deck, Melody. It will pretty much be useless mostly, since my opponent might have Ash. And I kind of find out near the end, so I'm actually glad I actually didn't use it. But it was still negate in graveyard because of any cards. So I'm like, my head was like, what the heck am I going to do here? I can't do anything. What can I actually do? Then I was like, I take over control of one of those dragons. I don't give a damn at that point. Like, either way, essentially, every single card negates everything I can possibly use. Then next turn, I made Nebula, bring out Dragoloyan. I was debating for like a long while in my turn just to decide which monster to take over. I was debating a second effect, but either way, those two monsters will end my life twice next turn if I don't. That's where pretty much everything would go wrong. Then I was like, I need to show these turns, so basically I'm like, Cosmic Blaze is what I need. Either way, I was debating my extra deck. Dragoloy wouldn't work. I cannot destroy it. Cypher could, but it turns only allows me to control Henchface. But then I was like, Hope could work, but it won't work. I can still dead next turn probably. If I actually had any other cards, Heretic would have worked. Pretty much, Heretic Sky Dragon does not work. Divine Arsenal could work, but is it good? Like, it could work. I can still go into most of my stuff for it. I could go and Cypher it for free. But then, that still leaves a problem. Most of my monsters will not be able to kill it. I could give it to two materials, but then I was like, it wouldn't matter since mostly lost stuff will proc more. At least I believe. Yeah, pretty much. I could have actually good thing about it now. I could have actually got a Vine in this but it ended up being the one good content I ever possibly will make in my life. For a commentary, obviously. Here comes out. My point activates Crystallis. I actually didn't expect it to proc. Then I was like, I'll just negate it. I'm basically dead either way, so. Next up, Polter negated, but then I realized. But then I realized something. The effect won't proc. But somehow mine does? Then I'm like, can it actually come back? Let's take a look content wise. By the way, just to remind you, this is all in the retrospect that I'm actually was only meaning to just to see something for the festival. I still have 4 left after this video. So I still got set to my stream, and I'm gonna make this thing immediately before that happens. Next up, pretty much the only thing I expect was them to actually have something for the my opponent pretty much wasn't as pretty much actually their differential actually wouldn't matter. They asked me there. But what I didn't expect was Cosmic Blaze to come back to my side of the field. I made on the defense. The effect is still negated, but I also end the battle phase. But otherwise, I will slow crash, but I'm going to crash into it either way. Then it's not called a grave. My opponent just has 2 face downs. I'm like, what could it be? But I'm like, I have Cosmic Blazer Pyramid coming back constantly to my side field, so I have nothing to worry about this whole damn game, it felt like. That guy I Spectre, which is vanilla in my hand. And on the field. My opponent draws. They only got a monster top deck. But does it matter? It was here when everything actually ended up allowing me to know what my opponent has. I realized from that point on, they're pretty much just gonna have Call by the Grave probably. So I decided to proc it early. Bring out Blue Ice to my hand. But it wouldn't matter, but I negate it. Just to get it back to my hand. Bring out Intuitive. So I can destroy it, because no matter what, it might have some effects. Didn't realize, wait a minute. They have a secondary Ash right there? Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Then I decided to bring out my Blue Eyes again. Send the grave to start on Blue Eyes again. Psycho and Dragmalillion. Since either way, this whole damn time, no matter which monster I go into, I'm only one attack. Like, my first attack would have mattered, so I decided to go into this. Bring out material. Boom. I actually... You know the funny thing is, I actually meant to click by the graveyard one. I meant to pick the graveyard one. But it ended up still being good. Because what happens? I got Cosmic Laser coming back every damn turn. And now pretty much I actually can find a combo just to deal with Cosmic Glare. Cosmic Laser, it's my own monster now. But Blue Ice. But better. Then I'm like, I'm gonna end this replay by going to show you with them straight to their face the one monster that I own. Cynical, yes. But it ended up being the main cause of them losing this whole duel. Man, oh man, this duel so blessing to actually happened. This was probably my favorite duel part of the whole festival. I learned a new combo of all things with Forbidden Droplet. Especially for non-festivals where I have Forbidden Droplet in my deck. I'm actually going to run one from now on. If I get any more in the future by Master Duel packs or crafting, that's what I'm going to do. And that's where I'm going to end this whole video. This whole video was probably the one masterpiece I wish I actually was recording live. This ended up being so cool. See you guys next time when I got a good video to record again. Okay. This is featuring me from after I recorded at least that part. I'm going to add this to near the end. But apparently my opponent, if I had Nimron here, I could have done everything I still needed and gained. I would still drop Melody. I will drop Blue Eyes. I will drop Ancients like I was doing if I had Nimron time. Sadly, I didn't need Euro Tools. I want to get my brand new fusion tools done with because I spent like around 5k gems on gaining it, and I only barely just managed to get the Euro Tools off cards I actually don't need at all, and I'm sadly still don't. And I'm pretty much going over every single UR to see if I can actually craft it at least after this. Because after everything, yeah. Apparently, one of my opponent's interactions after here, let's see, was that apparently, this is where part of my future self right now actually was doing it after the recording. Like, my opponent could have negated apparently, but didn't actually. They could have realized this. They could have at least realized Cosmic Blazer's effect to actually do it, but it must have not clicked it since it was pointless. Apparently, according to one of my friends, Magus. I'm just gonna name her Magus, for example. That apparently it wouldn't have mattered. Apparently, I would have lost next turn. Otherwise, apparently, according to them, my opponent is an idiot. Apparently, I wish I knew this, but also the fact that I'm actually gonna look up Teal's actually getting Nimron on the field. But now that I look at it, I could have gone Divine Arsenal to delay a turn, and I still could have made a comeback actually. So that's the funny thing to me. After all this, I could have gone Divine actually and still won. That's kind of funny to actually think about. Like I could have just Divine there and actually done that. I wish if that interaction didn't happen, I would have just done that probably. My opponent I still would have came out. The only difference is that I should have actually gone into. Okay, the opponent's interaction for declare attack still would have procced probably. Let's see. The only interaction that would have happened if I got Divine, and I would have just attacked that. Okay, regardless, Cosmic Blazer will still come back out, regardless next turn. Let me take a look at this. Hold on. Raining Stars, as you know. Let me take a look. That's a quick effect, so yeah. I'm gonna pause this real quick. Okay, pretty much go over this. Apparently, I would have still gone Zeus here, but the only thing is, I would only stall my demise by 2 turns, and that's about it. Otherwise, French, I'm just dead next turn regardless. So the fact of the matter is, my opponent still can banish this. They can still do that and intercept, as I found out. So apparently, I still would lose there regardless, even if I didn't utilize the effect and just attacked. And would still do it. My opponent still will special summon. The only difference is... Wait. Okay, regardless of how I see this, I still would lose next turn regardless. Actually, even if I got Zeus. Like, the difference is I could go into attacking though, but it would probably Cosmic, but it would turn back to the field before afterwards if I attacked. So, regardless, I think my friend Magus, for example, is actually right that my opponent just made a huge misplay and was slightly an idiot. Not to come off as offensive to anyone, but I actually think that's what would have happened. I'm just surprised Bridge Jumplet doesn't prevent them from banishing. But if it's a cost, then yes, apparently it wouldn't matter. Either way, that's enough for my foolish self. And back, and that will be it.